How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we are back with Star Trek. Oh, so that's going to switch it from having the regular Star Trek music to having the copyright-free music. That's unfortunate. But so if you guys are playing this game for yourselves and not doing YouTube video, you'll be able to hear the actual Star Trek music. But we are recording this for YouTube, so I'm not going to be able to do that. I may have to go back and play a little bit of this on my own off camera then, just so that I can enjoy the music. But for now, we're going to go ahead and play with that on. I don't think I'm going to mess with any of the other settings for right now. I might turn the music volume down just a little bit more. Alright. So I did go ahead and pick up the deluxe edition. We'll see if this is actually worth the price of upgrading. So let's actually see what it gives us. 2 new recruitable heroes, Dinara Pell and Inspector Kashyyyk. Dinara Pell. I recognize both those names, but I can't think of the specific episodes. Is the Inspector Kashyyyk? Is he the guy from Counterpoint? Is that the right episode I'm thinking of? Maybe Pell. I can't remember where that name comes from. Dinara. Oh man, that's gonna drive me nuts. I'm sure I'll recognize the character once we see. I think it's a female. Once we see her in game. Dinara. Dinara's not the Vidian. Is it that the Doctor heals? I can't remember right now. Anyway. Oh, actually, it must be. I completely was not even looking at the picture. Yeah. So we got Inspector. Yeah, he's the guy I thought. And yeah, Dinara. Okay. Okay. So let's just go over what else is included in the demo here. So we've got a few, or not the demo, sorry, the deluxe edition upgrade. Yeah, so we've got 5 additional missions, which are right here. Rescuing the Vidian Doctor puts the lives of the crew in jeopardy. Deep-seated hatred of the Borg makes 7 of 9 the unexpected target of a new enemy. Okay, so that's which episode was that? It's not the one I was first thinking of. I was first thinking of Revulsion, where they find the hologram that's not that Kit like murdered his entire crew, but that's not the right episode. Can't remember. We'll come back to that. What if the Voyager is drawn into a game of trust and deception with a dangerous foe or an unlikely ally? Trust and deception, dangerous foe or unlikely ally. That sounds like think tank to me. What if the search for an ancient relic proves the best intentions can lead to disastrous consequences? Ancient relic. Not sure about that one. What if lost souls need a shepherd, but the shepherd himself still has a lot to learn? Sounds like Good Shepherd, but that Maybe? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. Alright, continue to mission through the Delta Quadrant. Recruit new heroes, discover powerful new technologies. 5 new missions. Oh. Medical ethics, infinite regress, counterpoint, friendship 1, friendship 1, and Good Shepherd. Okay. You see, instead of just speculating, I could have just continued reading and then, we would have had the answer. Medical ethics. Sounds like the one where... Yeah, okay, so that's the Vidian Doctor. Infinite regress. Don't remember that. Or is that the one where Seven's cortical node starts malfunctioning and they have to get a replacement? Counterpoint, obviously, is a good episode. Friendship 1 is a great episode. And Good Shepherd, of course. Alright, 3 new technologies. Vinculum antiviral agent. Friendship 1, remnant, and subspace reactive particles. Yeah, so I don't know if a lot of this probably isn't like a big thing that you're missing out on. Anyway, this is enough waffling on. We have been talking for nearly 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into the game. So, if you join me for the demo gameplay, a lot of this is probably going to be a recap of what we did in the demo. I'm assuming that we're probably just going to get through Caretaker today and then start exploring some new territory in the next episode. But, alright, so difficulty modes, adventure, survival, or years of hell. I'm not that ambitious right now. Let's look at the other two. So adventure is obviously going to be the easy one. Focus on the journey, recommended for players who want to enjoy the story and exploration without the constant pressure of the fight for survival. Resources are plentiful, combat manageable, dialogue and away missions are less challenging. Homesickness is a minor problem. Survival, which is I guess probably the standard difficulty. Authentic Delta Quadrant experience is recommended for experienced strategists and resource managers. Resources are limited, combat is challenging, dialogue and away missions are demanding, homesickness is a problem. Ultimate stress test recommended for players who have already completed survival mode. I want to put their skills to the test. Combat is deadly, yeah. I'm torn between these two because I kind of mostly just want to play through the adventure, but I feel like it's worth having a bit of a challenge here with survival. So I think we're going to go with survival. I'm probably going to end up playing multiple playthroughs of this game. Whether I do them all on the channel or not will depend on if you guys enjoy this or not. So let's go ahead and pick survival for our first run here. I'll probably do at least, if I don't succeed on the first run, I will definitely do a second run on YouTube here. Maybe if I don't succeed at survival, I might do a second run on adventure mode. We'll see. But let's go ahead and pick survival for now. Alright, you are the captain of the Federation starship USS Voyager. Manage your ship and crew. Plot a course through procedurally generated star systems. Your unique ship build and decisions you make will reshape the story. Engage. Engage. Okay, I guess we're waiting for something to load here. For those of you who don't know or didn't see my earlier videos on this game, I'm very excited. Voyager is my favorite Star Trek series of all time. The Doctor is my favorite character. Of course, I love pretty much everything about Voyager, except for maybe the Warp 10 episode.
So, a few days back, this Captain Janeway breezes into my cozy penal colony like she owns the place. She's stern and smells like coffee and regulations. And the kicker? She's served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a Maquis ship that vanished in the Badlands. Now Janeway needs that missing ship found, and because of my past associations, I'm apparently the resident expert on the Badlands. I find the missing Maquis, she puts in a good word for me at my next parole review. Simple. Still, the view is infinitely better than a holding cell. It's not every day you get a front row seat on a brand new Intrepid-class starship's maiden voyage. The USS Voyager.
Departing Deep Space Nine.
Might even get to touch the helm.
That I believe is, in fact, Tom Paris. Not just the character, but the actual voice actor. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the Academy, ready for your first deep space assignment. Oh, are you? Nope, just ready for your deep space assignment. Let's phrase this question. I can't read. I should probably have worn my glasses for this text, but... Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope to live up to your expectations. Not sure, but I think the graphics might actually look worse than they did in the demo. It's probably just my imagination. This is not Tom, that's why. I was thinking this was Tom Paris and that was B'Elanna, but obviously it's not, because we haven't picked up the Maquis yet, and Tom is not at the helm until after we get pulled into the Delta Quadrant. As in Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer for Maquis pilot, who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. There he is. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. The Maquis? Wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was with the Maquis for only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Penal colony? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. Into the Badlands. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? Wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading toward us. A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert. Helm, evasive maneuvers. Too late. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. That red alert sound does not sound quite right for Voyager. It's a little bit too high-pitched. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline and we're receiving casualty reports. As a matter of fact, there should be a couple of casualties on the bridge, including the first officer. And, what's her name? Azadi? The Betazoid from the first episode. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to gray mode. We're on reserves, barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. Alright. So we're going to recap, I guess, the tutorial stuff in this episode. Click on the question mark icon on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Okay. Activate stellar cartography. One in the lower left part of the ship. To activate it, open up its menu by selecting the room and switching on the power supply. Stellar cartography. Power supply on. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but what Harry is trying to stammer is we're not in the Badlands anymore. The caretaker. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Alright. We're going to scan points of interest marked. Question marks reveal resources. Scan until you reveal deuterium, the fuel resource. Got it. Let's pick one that's close by. Right click to scan. Hold it down. Okay. Let's grab the deuterium then. Okay. Navigate your ship by traveling to various locations. Traveling time passes in the form of cycles. Visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. Different colors of the chance bar represent possible outcomes. Dark green, light green, excellent, good outcomes. Yellow is average outcomes. And orange and red are bad or terrible outcomes. Okay. Set a course. Alright. Let's see. Do we go big, or do we play it safe? Let's go big. Alright, we got an average reward. That's fine. We can now deactivate gray mode. Ready to increase warp core output. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Increase the power output by selecting main engineering and switching the warp core to a higher tier. Main engineering. Alright. Energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now what about this thing? This array. I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Scan for life signs. Scan the ship for life signs, Ensign. There's no one on board, Captain. Alright, scan the array. Failure. Seems our sensors can't penetrate it. Just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We need to repair the transporter room. Alright, now we're looking for duranium. No, there's more deuterium there. More deuterium. Is that duranium? It is duranium. Just scan everything over here. Scanning doesn't take time, does it? No. Okay, let's go... What do I want to do? Let's go over here first. We're one cycle away. Let's just get some more deuterium. Yeah, let's go big again. Alright, we got lucky that time. Alright, we are full on deuterium for the moment. Excellent. Alright, let's head over here and pick up some duranium. Okay. Have all the duranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter, Captain. Damaged rooms are not operational. Select a room to bring up the room controls. If you have the resources and work teams needed, you can initiate the repairs. Begin repair. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Barris, set a course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Ensign Kim, Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Okay, let's see. I'm going to select our two characters here and start the mission. I am enjoying this, but I can't wait till we get past past Caretaker and get into some stuff that wasn't in the demo. Alright, so now on your away missions, you need to decide on an approach. Select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower, then the requirement success chance is displayed. Okay. Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Let's see. Yeah, let's just go with Harry here. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs to detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. Of course, we know that. It's the caretaker. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Demand to know what's going on. Try to read his body language for any clues. That seems pretty good. Or argue the facts that this can't be a farm on Earth. You want to know what's going on. Alright, we're going to go with the highest likelihood one here. Success. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man, trying to analyze his body language. Something feels off. He's putting on an act, but they can't quite put a finger on why. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early. Oh, it's not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. Okay. Old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. Tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Alright, so we can select them both for a good outcome. Didn't get the gold, which would have been like the best possible outcome, I believe. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. Before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears, reveals the barn is an illusion. Back wall dissolves to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man, half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Alright. Now we have a branching decision here. So we can either try to wake up Chakotay or we can try to wake up B'Elanna. Are we on like a clock here? Like a heartbeat going on? Let's try to wake up Chakotay. Tom rushes towards the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room. Everything goes blank. Excuse me. I think last time I tried to wake up B'Elanna. Successful challenges times 4, critical success. Alright, so Harry and Tom both leveled up there, looks like. Injury-free bonus, and we're in Sector 1. So I guess the higher sector you get a better multiplier on experience points. Sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Okay, so yeah, last time I tried to wake up B'Elanna, and then Tom got left behind. Which is not how it goes in the show. This time we tried to wake up Chakotay, so Harry got left behind, which is how it goes on the show. Captain, what happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. Only there for an hour, right, Harry? Harry was just beside me. He's still on the array, but why were you released and not... The Maquis are hailing us, Captain, putting them on screen. Hey, it's Chakotay. Commander Chakotay, the Maquis. My chief engineer, B'Elanna Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander, one of our own is also missing. Seems we share a problem. It makes sense that we solved it together. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. It's Chakotay, Tuvok, and... is it Seska? Or just a random character? I don't remember. Captain, this is Tuvok. Oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Are you going to deliver us into Starfleet's waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you, I performed my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Charming. And I see you have Paris with you too. Are you forming a Maquis Traders Club, Captain? You win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrance and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering, find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workforces. Prioritize life support. Secure core decks. Restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Alright, to be able to supply power to a room, you need to activate the life support unit of the corresponding deck. Each life support unit consumes energy, so plan accordingly. Alright, so we need Deck 5, first and foremost. Life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office now accessible. And of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system, gather more deuterium and uranium. Yes, as a matter of fact, it would. Okay, back to the system here. We didn't scan these yet. I don't think there's anything to find in this sector here except uranium and deuterium. Is there? Come on, scan, please. Okay. We've got a lot of deuterium. Let's go ahead and... is there only one more thing of uranium here? Looks like it. Alright, let's head over and get the uranium. Okay, the engineering office is complete. Engineering office fully operational again. Captain, we now have additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Building and repairing rooms, even clearing debris occupies work teams. To be able to carry out several tasks at the same time, obtain additional teams by building or upgrading engineering offices. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply. Maintaining their physical endurance requires reactivating life support in that section first. Alright, let's bring the life support back on Deck 2. And now we can repair the mess hall. Repairs in progress, Captain. Until completion, we should address crew accommodations. Ruined rooms must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Okay. Kind of want to focus on Deck 2 first, or maybe we should just do Deck 5 since this is the one that it's telling us to focus on. Continue to collect more resources. Way ahead of you, Tuvok. Alright. Mess hall is ready to go. Repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. Alright, premium replicator rations. Plus 10 morale. Now I should do the crew, Captain. Alright, and while that's going, let's go ahead and clear debris from this room. Okay. Back to the system map. Alright, got a cleared, ruined room. Maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters. My back is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. It'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure. Alright, build a room's empty space. Bring up the construction menu. If you have enough work teams, resources, you can build the room. Every room needs a corresponding area, so plan accordingly. Alright, so we are going to build... Alright, what do we have? We have emergency crew quarters. Regular crew quarters. Officers' quarters. Sick bay, holodeck, or an observation lounge. Raises morale by +6 per cycle. Reduces maximum hull by 30. Oh dear. Okay. Alright. Well, we're building some basic crew quarters here. Getting hailed. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain, the old guy with the banjo, though he seemed a lot less jellyfishy back on the array. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Appeal to his humanity, 70% chance. Try to intimidate him, also 70%. Or let Chakotay talk, still 70%. Optional, we can scan the array for Harry and Balana. Yeah, go ahead and scan the array. Won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Harry and Torres. No sign of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to now? We're going to appeal to his humanity. We're trusted with their safety. Family and friends rely on us to bring them home. They're our responsibility. Perhaps that is the case, but I have no time. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. Starfleet diplomacy might work in the Alpha Quadrant, but out here, you should have let me handle that. Your methods might have worked against the Cardassians, but this is a different kind of adversary. Captain, Commander, I fail to see how this spirited debate will help us locate our missing crew members. Perhaps a more logical approach would be beneficial. You're right, Tuvok. It seems the Delta Quadrant is getting to our heads. What do you suggest? I have observed the array has been sending energy pulses towards the fifth planet of the neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Commander? Seems we're stuck with each other for the time being. I'm willing to bury the hatchet, for now. But let's not pretend we're friends. Agreed. Mr. Paris, take the helm again. Let's find our people. Set a course for the fifth planet in the neighboring system. Maximum warp. Which we will do as soon as we collect this duranium here. How much do we have right now? Only 11. We're gonna risk it. No point in not gambling right now. We're in the easiest section of the game, so. Alright, we've used up a lot of deuterium already. Let's come over here and pick up some more. Alright, we've got another cleared, ruined room. Start repairing this shield generator and clear this room. No available work team. Okay. Back to the system map. Try and salvage some stuff here. Excellent. Back up full. Alright, so now we are going to go to the sector map, and we are going to head over to System 9. System 9. 9648. We're in 96480. Okay, 7 cycles away. Engage. Enter the ship real quick. Emergency quarters are finished. Let's go ahead and start clearing this one out. Okay, keep getting interrupted there. Alright, we have a shield generator, which we don't need right now. We're going to turn it off. Start clearing another room there. Alright, that one's done. Let's go ahead and build some more crew quarters. Clear out this room here. And this one. Okay, we made it to... okay, there's the Ocampa planet. Let's check out what we've got around here. Nothing to scan there. Interesting, not every planet has resources. That's interesting. Everything in the demo did. I wonder if that... maybe the demo was showing us the basic difficulty mode. Debris field. There's something there to check out, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Let's just head to Ocampa. Okay, let's still in progress. We can clear that. Let's go ahead and start clearing that. Alright. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders continue. Here we are with our Maquis Raider trailing behind us. There we are, Captain, and might I say, what a ride. Voyager handles like a dream. Responsive, agile. Don't get too carried away, Mr. Paris. Let's see what we have here. Following the array's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Harry, Kim, and B'Elanna perhaps being held in this place? Well, we know they are, but they're underground, so. What's so special about this ugly old space rock? Prepare an away team. We can scan the planet sensor array. Yeah. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? Constantly targeting a single location, a barren piece of desert. I recommend an away team investigate the area. There's something else. Interval between each pulse is decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. General scan of the planet? Why not? I don't think there's any reason not to do these. Let's see what we can learn from the planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Why would anyone want to live there? Science lab, level 0. We can't analyze the atmosphere. We don't have the necessary technology. Strange but intriguing. Alright, prepare an away team. We'll examine this world firsthand. Yay, Neelix! I know some people really love Neelix and some people really hate him. I like Neelix. At least I do in the early seasons. Like the very first couple. Once he starts getting jealous with Cass in Season 3, then kind of turned me off of him a little bit. But I think he does get better towards the end of the series again. Anyway, Captain, small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. Peculiar alien mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor Maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant? Greetings. Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Will we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide, but of course a guide needs a little, you know, compensation. Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Alright, we have Neelix. And now, what are we doing here? Can we go down to the planet? No, that's not what I want. What does this do? Oh, that just skips a cycle. That was kind of a waste. Alright, we have another emergency quarter. Yeah. One more here. Why can't I go down to the planet's surface? Do I have to go to the transporter room? Where's the transporter room? Okay, we definitely... okay, here it is. Okay, well, now we can upgrade it. What is my goal at the moment? Where's the save option too? You could save the game in the demo, right? It's not just an autosave? Not sure about that. Notifications, nothing. Not really sure what to do at the moment. I can't go down to the planet. Let's go ahead and head over here real quick. Caretaker, accept comm request. Just get some resources at the moment. What a delicious meal, a culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup? I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you are enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance, now. Ah, yes, your missing crew, right. Scan the southern continent, look for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment. Kazon Ogla? One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Okampa had our people. Well, the Okampa do have your people. It's just, finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal, Maj Jabin, the Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. Let's ask for more information. Anything else we should know about these Kazon Ogla? Water is a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Alright, very well. Prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Alright, let's head on down to the planet. Alright, so we're bringing Neelix, obviously. What are our options? Alright, we've got Chakotay, Tom, or Tuvok. I think we definitely want Tuvok. And then do we want Tom, or do we want Chakotay? I think based on what I'm seeing over here, we probably want to bring Chakotay. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? Survivalist. Okay. Or we can struggle through... Ooh, no. Well... This is actually... Oh, no, that's only better if we use both of them at once. We're just going to use Chakotay here. Using survival skills, the position of the sun, Chakotay determines cardinal directions and navigates the team through the rocky valley, eventually reaching a rocky ledge, getting a better view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Ogla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Who's this? Pretty sure in the demo this was either Tom or Chakotay or somebody. That's not supposed to be Captain Janeway, is it? I don't think so. Sandstorm heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Okay, well, we don't have the innovator trait, so we're going to have to do one of these. I think Tuvok's got the best chance. Analyze the area, evaluate the best cover for the storm. Come on. Alright. Got lucky. Got green. Alright. Found a natural crevice. We're good to go. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people here? Let Neelix handle the introduction. Approach in typical Starfleet manner if we combine. Or approach intimidatingly, weapons at the ready. Now let's just use Neelix here. Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon Ogla in his usual boisterous manner. Women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. Men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. Tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. What is that? Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Assure them you have no bad intentions. Demonstrate strength. Offer water. I mean, offering water... Okay, I thought that would be higher. Or we can do... We're going to demonstrate strength. Display of potential force seems to impress Jabin, who explains that the Ocampa live underground, access controlled by the caretaker. This provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he's holding as a slave. And Ocampa explains she's one of the few who managed to escape, or who managed to reach the surface. Suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser, points at Jabin, demands the Ocampa woman be freed. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Appease and carefully withdraw. What is this? Is that like goodwill? Get resources there. No, we're gonna do this here. The away team raises their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away while they choose their words carefully to calm the angry Kazon. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive action, recognizes the away team's intelligent attempt to de-escalate the situation, allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. Mission complete. Successful challenges 4, critical success 1, injury-free bonus sector 1, total 375, and everybody got a nice little level up there. Excellent. More than gratitude. Yep, okay. Okay, my dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you'd come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. May be able to transport through the barrier if it has the slightest breach. Transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea, Kess. Can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now, we're gonna ask Kess some stuff. It's just optional. I don't know if it actually matters. We're just gonna skip it because we know the backstory on that for now. All right, so I'm gonna get started on that transporter signal amplifier, and Kess, we'll go to sickbay and have you examined. All right, sickbay. We can't activate sickbay yet. So instead, let's head over here and collect some more duranium. Okay, now we can repair sickbay. It's going to take a couple cycles here. Just enough time for us to get some duranium. I don't know how much we can carry total. I think it's only like 100. Maybe we should just... Nah, go for it. Okay, yeah, 100 is maximum, so we kind of wasted some duranium there. That's fine. What else? Science lab. Let's repair the science lab as well. How are we doing on morale? We're -4 per cycle. Not much I can do about it at the moment. Let's set a course for... Should we return to the array? No, we need to stay here. Let's head over here. I want to check out this debris field. Sickbay is back up and running. Computer, initiate emergency medical holographic program. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now. This patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You're in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. It's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best. Captain, I'm programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sick bay to reorganize. Alright, Science Lab. Captain Science Lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Transporter signal amplifier. Alright. 3 cycles to analyze. Interesting. Okay. Let's come back over here. So we've got a 3 space there. We've got a 3 space here. Nowhere there that I really want to build. Deck 5. Let's get the phaser control room going. We're going to need phasers soon. And start clearing out this ruined room. Scan the anomaly from a safe distance or conduct a detailed analysis. Ooh. Detailed analysis is risky, but has better upside as well. We're at the very beginning of the game. Let's go big or go home. Or I suppose the ideal is to go big and go home. I'm funny. Not really. How are we doing on time? We're at about an hour already. This is going to be a long video. Anything interesting at this planet to check out? Phaser controls, back up and running. Torpedo launch bay, we better get working on that as well. Nothing to do with this planet. Okay, that was kind of a waste. Let's head over here then. Transporter signal amplifier, transporter amplifier blueprints. Okay, enter the ship. Access the tech tree to research new upgrades. This way you can upgrade rooms or unlock passive bonuses to improve efficiency. Certain technologies first require an upgrade of the tier 1 of a technological category. Unlocking a new tech costs research points. Research points are produced by active science labs, but can also be gained as rewards. IG away missions. Captain blueprints for the signal amplifier complete. However, start production, we need to repair the workshop. Okay. I don't have any work crews at the moment. We need to wait a couple of cycles here. What do we want to research here? Engineering crew, science combat board, combat, hull reinforcement, inspired workforce, high morale, threshold bonuses are increased by plus 20%. Engineering. Lot of stuff we can look into. Small battery compartment. Stores surplus energy from the warp core. Can temporarily provide up to 120 stored energy before the gray mode gets activated. Hydroponics bay. Produce 50 food every 10 cycles by growing plants in a non-soil medium. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff. Field training. Increases XP for heroes and away missions. Crew quarters. Accommodate 10 crew members in standard Starfleet quarters. Let's start working on that. Okay. Alright, got another room cleared out here. I'm going to hold off on that. On building anything there. Let's get, no, that's already being done. We need workshop. Alright, so let's go ahead and try, let's just go for the easy one because we're already at 59. Maybe we should have gotten the upgraded cargo bay. research first. Oh well. Torpedo launch bay is done. Let's start clearing out another ruined room. Okay. What's next? I feel like we've explored just about everything we want to here so far. Workshop. Alright, we can produce the signal amplifier now. Gonna take us 3 cycles. Alright, let's wait a cycle. Alright, amplifier's been completed, ready for use, Captain. It'd be wise to make haste back to the Ocampa. Got news for you, Tuvok. I'm already there. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Send the away team. Okay. Alright, who are we going to send? So it looks like we got some combat skill, some engineering skill. I think that's engineering skill. Let's go Neelix and Tuvok, I think. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they reach for their weapons but hesitate. Careful, shouts one of them. Don't let them butter you up. Captain Kazon seem to be more cautious this time, but they're still ready to attack. What are our orders? Show of force. Or we can attempt to negotiate. Or we can use the transporter. Make a harmless object appear, causing a distraction. Now, let's attempt to negotiate. My team approaches. Pursue diplomatic efforts. Alright, avoid a firefight. Use the amplifier to locate breaches. Oh, use the amplifier to locate breaches in the barrier. Okay. Less 10 research points for being successful here. That's good. Captain, we're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Harry? Let Kess lead the search. Yeah, okay. Success. We team finds crew members. Waking disoriented, surrounded by strange medical equipment. Balana, wary of unfamiliar faces, reaches for a weapon. Okay. Message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. Caretaker Ray has apparently repositioned himself, is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. Lead the team through the collapsed tunnels, or clear a path through debris and obstacles. Yeah. Go with the one with the best chance of success. Wait, did Tuvok get hurt? How did that happen? Oh, no, that's fatigue. We just used him for the last skill check. Stabilize the transporter, or we can do this. Let's do this, since it's the last thing on the list here. Okay. More research points. Very nice. A couple level ups there. Balana's been recruited. Stars, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, Ensign Kim. It's good to have you back in one piece. Reporting for duty, Captain. I didn't think I'd ever see Voyager again. It's good to be back. What the hell is going on here, Chakotay? Since when are we cozying up to Starfleet? It's a long story, Balana. Let's just say we had to compromise to get you back. We share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on this planet could help us. What'd you learn about the Ocampa? Knowingly friendly, incredibly naive. Wouldn't last 5 minutes on the surface. Apparently they've been living underground for over 500 generations. It's true, our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us the caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. And why the Ocampa mentioned something called the warming. The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day the caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then he has provided for the Ocampa. How selfless of him. I do not believe this is to be a selfless act, Captain. The caretaker's focused interest in the Okampa is illogical. Must be a reason, though it eludes me for now. Alright, why were they sent to the Okampa? Might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in strange ulcerations. The Okampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before we met the guy. What a crock. That's that the caretaker had sent others with the same disease, but they didn't recover. They died? Aren't you both in sickbay now? Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Bodies are rejecting it rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material for what purpose? Excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. Captain, there is now enough evidence to form a reasonable hypothesis. The caretaker provides for the Okampa, yet remains on his array. It's illogical to assume the provisions arrive through the... It is logical to assume the provisions arrive through the energy pulses. They've increased in frequency since our arrival. Now he destroyed the access tunnels. In addition, he frequently mentioned running out of time. Caretaker has sustained the Okampa for millennia. Why this sudden urgency? It is illogical. My conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as caretaker. Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis. Caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Okampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, someone who holds the key to their survival. Compatibility with the caretaker's DNA. This explains the abduction, subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. I believe the caretaker is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? We have to return to the array before it's too late. Captain, given the caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. Vulcan is right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. Yeah, we'll build an extra cargo bay. That sounds great to me, actually. Where are we going to put the cargo bay? I mean, here seems like the best place, right? Maintenance. Cargo bay. Large cargo bay. Yeah, cargo bay, please. Takes up 3 slots. Maybe we should put that up here, actually. Okay. We need to return here. Alright, we built us an additional cargo bay. Each cargo bay can store only one type of resource. Build more cargo bays or upgrade existing ones to increase the amount you can store. Crew's happy about the fulfilled promise, Captain. Increased morale. Oh, it's morale. Okay, that we've been increasing with those missions. Alright, cargo bay. What are we going to store? Food. Was that tritanium? Yeah, tritanium. Yeah, it makes the most sense to store extra deuterium. So we're just going to leave that as is. Maybe I should build another one for duranium. What else do we have? Science labs, hydroponics, waste disposal. Build another cargo bay. Okay, alright, we have finished our research on crew quarters. We can now build standard crew quarters. Inspired workforce, high morale, threshold, bonuses. Engineering, what should we start researching next? Plasma torch. Clearing rune rooms gives plus 25% more resources. Science. We have field training. Hydroponics bay might be the best choice. We could go for the hull reinforcements. Can't do anything Borg related, probably not until halfway through the trip. Inspired workforce. I don't think I want that. What does field training do? Increase XP. Small battery compartment. The plasma torch is tempting. Now, let's do the hydroponics bay for now. Okay. Additional cargo bay is completed. We are going to add 50 duranium. So now we can now carry 150 duranium, and we can carry 1500 deuterium. Speaking of deuterium, let's go and pick some up here. We're gonna risk it. We took some hull damage. Darn. Okay. Where is the array? It's all the way over there. Let's swim by over here first. We're going through a lot of this stuff. Okay. Actually, we need to go into the ship. We need to turn the shields back on. Verify system functionality to address temporary flight control officer's performance in combat. Excuse me. Ace pilot knows more maneuvers than Starfleet can throw Greek letters and numbers together. Is it the one for evading Starfleet custody? Gentlemen enough. Tuvok is right. We need to test our combat systems. We lack a sparring partner. You have on our ship. Seriously, Chakotay, all the Maquis on the Valjean. Starfleet target practice. What could possibly go wrong? Plan and focus. We need preparation. I'll pilot the Valjean, Captain. Just remember to set your phasers to simulation. Alright, so we're going to get our combat tutorial.
What are your orders, Captain?
Orders. Order your ship to try and attack or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources in form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems. Proceed offensive movement. Okay. We're going to be offensive. Targeting.
Moving to attack the aft, Captain.
Press spacebar to start the battle here. Base maneuvers, dodges, enemy attack.
Ability ready,
Okay.
Captain.
Coordinated
Ability
attack
ready,
fires
Captain.
to what?
Ability ready, Captain.
Simultaneous phaser shot.
Enemy
What was
shields
that?
destroyed, Captain.
Oops. What's the button for torpedoes? The up arrow?
Ability ready, Captain.
I forgot what the button is for torpedoes.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Combat results fled. Wait, did we flee? Okay. Objective achieved. Captain, whoever awaits the array of Valjean should be in a support position for Voyager. Alright, have the transporter room standing by in case your crew needs an emergency beam out. Alright, now in the demo, when we took on the Kazon, we saved the Maquis Raider. Hopefully we can save it again this time. Alright, we're going to take on the Kazon here. Seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. Lead ship is hailing us. Probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Raider manned. Have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea. Let's see what the Kazon have to say first. Back for more, are you? Don't think your silk tongue will work this time. All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We'll beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. Oh, I'm sure you have another fancy speech prepared for the entity, but I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. You'd rather talk your way into getting what you want. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. Not as gullible as you think. The array's power is mine. Jabin, we can discuss this like two civilized. He's disconnected, Captain. They're powering up their weapons. Battle stations. Voyager and the Raider versus 3 Kazon ships. Yeah, I'm gonna stick
What are
with
your
these
orders,
here.
Captain?
Orders. Target their
Moving
weapon
to attack the front,
systems.
Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Torpedoes have to be fired manually. Shift key. Okay, so it's shift for torpedoes.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. An enemy is fled, Captain.
Alright, one down.
Ability ready. Enemy shield. An enemy is fled, Captain.
Alright. Orders. Offensive. Target
Moving to
their
attack the
enemies.
aft, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Out of range. Alright.
Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Success. We took some hull damage there. We need to fix the ship up. You can hire allied ships. Hail allied. Hire? Allied ships on the bridge to help in combat. Only one ally may help at the same time. Unlock allies by fulfilling hidden objectives, researching certain techs. Once unlocked, they will be available for the rest of the game. Recruitment and upkeep costs resources. When better than expected, our Raider is still in good shape. I'll keep it close by in case the Kazon decide to show up. You're strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I have called for reinforcements. This array will be mine. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, aren't you persistent? Would you just send us back where we came from? Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. Send us home. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us... Captain, Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array systems to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They'll annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please, protect the Ocampa. He's gone. Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try to access the primary control systems? No, of course we're going to destroy the array. Next time I play, I will try to access the primary control and see if we can succeed, but we gotta destroy the array. We never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the lives of the Ocampa for our convenience. Lieutenant Tuvok, ready the tri-cobalt devices. What are you doing? The arrays are our only way out of here. You can't. I can and I will. Tri-cobalt devices ready, Captain. Fire. We'll find another way home, I promise. Who do you think you are, making the decision for all of us? It was the right decision, B'Elanna the Ocampa. They remind me of our people. We were fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Ocampa deserve that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great, now I'll definitely miss my next parole review. A missed parole review should not be your primary concern at the moment, Mr. Paris. Ah, thanks, Tuvok. Hadn't thought about that. Javen is hailing us, Captain. You have made an enemy today. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. Voyager's hull can be damaged in combat, dialogues, spatial phenomena, or if the navigational deflector is offline. If the hull integrity reaches 0, Voyager will be destroyed. Game is over. Hull doesn't regenerate by itself. To repair the hull, assign a work team in the engineering office. So asteroid field, plasma storm, navigation deflector offline. Okay. So when you go into the ship and to the engineering office and assign to hull repair. Okay. And with that, folks, we have finished Caretaker. We're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was all recap from the demo, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And next time, hopefully, we'll be getting into some new territory. Yeah, it doesn't seem much different from the demo, except for that little bit of voiceover at the beginning and the absolutely wonderful Voyager music in the main menu that I can't hear because I'm playing on the copyright-free streamer mode, sadly. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the game. Have you picked it up already? Have you played any more? Or maybe you want to hang out and just watch the Let's Play a little bit longer before you decide if you want to actually pick up the game for yourself. Or maybe just stick around for the whole Let's Play and don't buy it if it's not going to be your thing. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day.
Somewhere along this journey, we'll find a way back. Mr. Paris, set a course for home.